Giving out magic items is one of my favorite parts of DMing, and it's always fun to figure out which weapons and artifacts will work best with each player or party. But there are some items, either because they're useful, versatile, or just plain cool, that I give out basically every campaign. Or something similar that does the same thing. You get the idea. So here are 10 magic items you should always keep in mind when starting a new campaign. Sometimes your players roll really well on investigation, or go down a road you didn't expect, and you want to reward them with a little prize. Figuring out a small, balanced item that also fits with their class and build on the fly is tough, so why not give them something that every character can benefit from? A Ring of Protection is the perfect little early or mid-game treasure. It requires attunement and gives whoever's wearing it +1 to their AC and saving throws. Not a huge bonus, but enough to really make a difference over the course of a campaign. It's just so easy to drop this into an adventure, whether you plan to or not, and know that it will pretty much always get used, because any class could use a little higher AC or slightly higher save bonus. And as they get more and more things to toss in those attunement slots, they can pass it on to another player or keep it around just in case. It's simple and useful. Perfect for any party. In a similar vein, despite the many ways you can use magic in this game, all casters face one universal truth. You need spell slots, even warlocks, no matter how many times they spam Eldritch Blast. So having a low-powered but useful magic item in your back pocket that you can drop in whenever you want to reward your spell slingers will come in handy. For me, that's the Pearl of Power. Once per day, they can give it a squeeze and get back one spell slot that's 3rd level or lower. When they're just starting out, that's a really cool benefit. At level 1, full caster classes start with 2 slots, so getting that extra magic missile could be huge. And even as they grow in strength, having access to another fireball, fly, or lightning bolt spell will always be handy, especially during dungeon crawls or long battles where resources start to become scarce. That's versatility, and that's why it's in my campaigns. Do you like encumbrance? Yeah, me neither. I'm sure some tables enjoy tracking every ounce and pound, but personally, that's not something I want my players to care about. Giving them a bag of holding more or less solves that problem. It's got enough space to fit practically everything they could ever need, but the opening is only so wide, so they can't shove every statue and wagon that they find in there. What more could you want? I guess a bigger bag, but they'll make do. Flaming swords are cool. That's a fact. We all agree on that. Flame Tongue is a flaming sword, which deals an extra 2d6 damage on a hit and can light up rooms like a torch. I don't really need to justify it beyond that, but I will, because I'm kind of cheating with this one. It's so easy to use Flame Tongue as a template for all sorts of magic weapons. Just swap the damage type, give it a simple second effect, and you're good to go. A mace that crackles with lightning and can create the sound of booming thunder. A spear covered in ice, which slows down anyone it hits by 5 feet. A bow that imbues each arrow with poison and gives a +1 to con saves. All cool, all easy to make, and all based on this one sword. You can even drop the damage from 2 to 1d6 or a d4 if your party's just starting out. So yeah, maybe it's cheating a bit, but some version of Flame Tongue is finding its way into my games. You can count on that. The next 4 are all potions, so let's just knock them all out at once. First, Potions of Healing. Duh, they're in every game for a reason, and your players will ask for them anytime they reach a new city, so might as well use them. 2. Potions of Resistance. As the name implies, you resist one damage type for an hour. You want to spend money to prep for a fight? I'm all for it. 3. Potions of Flying. Players love them, and since the magic only lasts an hour, they can't just fly over every puzzle. But it can lead to some very cool moments if they time it right. And finally, Potions of Giant Strengths. Let the wizard lift stuff. Again, it only lasts an hour, and there's 6 different variants, so you can choose just how jacked you want the sorcerer to get. Alright. That's enough potions. Let's get back to items you don't have to drink. Next up, an item that actually helps with metagaming. Splitting the party can be tough, not just because your players will die horribly while dealing with separate threats, but because of human nature. It's hard when one group gets a bunch of important info and the other has to pretend like they never heard anything. And when it's time to come back together, having both sides fumbling in the dark to find each other can be fun, but can also be frustrating, depending on the situation. So I like to skip all that and just give them sending stones. Technically, they let you cast sending between them once per day, but I usually let my parties use them as much as they want. Now, anytime they split, each group takes a stone, and they can stay in contact, inform each other as to their whereabouts and discoveries, and save everyone the headache of trying not to metagame. Yes, having the party fractured without a way to contact each other can lead to fun sessions too, so maybe don't start them off with a couple of cell phones. But after a while, I think the benefits of letting them reach each other outweigh the story beats you get when they can't. And you can always just keep the once per day limit and get the best of both worlds. Up to you. But on my table, they're getting a pair. That did not sound right. I kind of cheated earlier with Flame Tongue, but I'm definitely cheating with this last one. because I haven't actually given out this item all that much, but it's such a D&D staple that I have to include it. The Immovable Rod. You pick a place for it, click a button, and it sits there, unmoving forever, and only a crazy amount of strengths can push it. You can get so creative with this one. You can use it to barricade a doorway, make an impromptu stepladder, break a fall, or tie a prisoner to it so they can't escape. The sky's the limit, and it's almost guaranteed your party will find cool ways to use it you never saw coming. So maybe I haven't given it out much up to this point, but I can guarantee it'll be making more appearances in the future. Those are 10 magic items I give out basically every campaign, but there are so many in this game. I'd love to hear which ones are staples at your own table in the comments. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, leaving a like is always appreciated. If you want to see more, you should subscribe to the Bard's College. I make videos all about D&D, DMing, and everything in between, so stick around. But for now, good luck, and remember, crit your players.